Staring at herself in the mirror on the restroom door. Voices in her.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brenda. Yes, before I did this video I was inspired by these pictures that you're seeing. Yes, so I'm going to show you how I made this waistcoat. If you're interested, stay tuned. Let's go straight into the video. I'm drawing my starting line. Yes, as usual, I'm drawing my starting line. So after that, I'm going to mark 1.5 inch. I'm going to mark 1.5 inch going down like that. Now I'm going to connect those points together. Yes, I'm going to connect them together. Like that. I'm now going to mark my bust line, or the chest line, the waist line, and the height of a waistcoat. My bust line is 10 inches. The waist measurement, the waistline is 15. And the height of it is going to be 22, but I've marked 24 plus the sewing allowance. So I'm going to draw my lines. Like that. So I'm naming them the bust line, the waist line, and a height measurement, height line. So I'm going to put in my neck measurement. The width of my neck is 3.5, but I'm going to deduct 0.5. Yeah, because it's a waistcoat. Its neck is not supposed to be too wide. So I've deducted 0.5 out of 3.5. Hope you guys have understood me. I'm now marking the shoulder line. The shoulder line was 7.5, but I marked 8 inches plus the sewing allowance. And I've marked 8 inches still at the bust line. Yes, I've marked 8 inches at the bust line. And I'm connecting the points together. Like that. So after that, I'm going to come on my bust line and I'm going to go down by 1 inch. This depends on the design you want your waistcoat to be, because it's a men's waistcoat, so it depends what design that you want. So my client wanted a V-shaped design of a waistcoat, so that's why I'm not going to put any design at the neck. It's going to be a V shape. So I've gone down by 1 inch and I've connected 2 points together like that. Now after that, I've come back where I marked 8 inches on my bust line and I've come in by 1 inch. Yes, I've come in 1 inch, and I'm going to connect it to the straight line that I made already, like that. And I'm marking 1 inch for the slant. Now after that, I'm going to draw my armhole, but before that, I'm going to first put in my bust measurements. You see, when I'm measuring, I'm starting from where my 1.5 stopped. It's where I've started marking, like measuring. I'm now putting in my bust measurement plus the sewing allowance. It's the same thing as we divide when you divide your dress, the measurements that you have, you divide them by 4. What you have is what you mark. The same thing on men is waistcoat. So after that, I've made my curve and I've used my freehand. If you have a curved ruler, please, you have to use it. But me, I didn't have it, and I don't have it, so I always use my hands. But now, the same measurements that I marked on my bust lines are the same measurements that I've marked at the down part of my waistcoat, at the height of it. Yeah, they are the same measurements that I marked. So after that, hope you guys have understood me. I've now on the height of my where I marked the height, I've gone up by 4 inches. Then after you measure what you have at the down part. After measuring it, divide it by 3. After dividing it by 3, what you have is what you mark, and you make something. It's like a slant. It's a V shape. Still, you mark what you have from the waistline to the height of a waistcoat and divide it by 3. What you have is what you mark. So guys, what I have is what I'm marking. I'm now going to make a curve to connect it to the front part, because that V that I made at first is the front part. The down part of my front part is going to be in a V shape, and the down part, the back part is going to have something like a curve. It's going to be a bit curvy. I believe you all understand what I'm trying to do, because I've tried my best to simplify this tutorial, because it's a bit tricky, but I've tried my best to simplify it for everyone to understand. Yeah, and if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And for my returning viewers, I thank you so much. Thank you for the love. Yeah, don't forget to share, to subscribe, and like my videos. So I'm cutting it out, but before that, I'd forgotten something. I haven't marked my waist, so sorry for that. I had to come back and put in my waist measurements. So that's how you put in your waist measurements, because men are not like women. They don't have those curvy waists or the hips, no. So most of the times their waist is known that there is no big difference between the chest and the waist. Yeah, so that's how we measure, or we mark their measurements. And I'm cutting it out. That's my front part. I'm going to use the front part to cut out the back part. Like that. Just follow where you see me cutting. So like that. The 1 inch that I left, it's for the buttons. Yeah, it's for the buttons. Sorry, I didn't explain it at the beginning, but the 1 inch is for the buttons. Yeah, because it's going to be having buttons in front. So we're going to cut out the back part. I'm going to fold that 1.5 inch that I left on the front part, because it's not needed on the back part. Yes, it's not needed. So I folded it inside, and I'm going to pin it after that. The neck of the back part is 1 inch. Yeah, it's 1 inch. Then I lost some of the footage, I don't know why, but the down part I made it straight, and I put in some curvy plus the sewing allowance. As you can see, the down part, the back part is a bit curvy as the front part. So I'm now going to trace my drafts on my actual fabric. Yes, I've started with the front part. You have to pin it in that it doesn't move, because the moment it makes move, you're going to make a mistake in your cutting. So I'm going to trace it out. Like that. Hope you guys have learned something, and I believe there is someone who didn't know how to do this, but by the end of this video you've learned, at least you've got some idea on how to cut a waistcoat. So if you have any idea, you can leave something in the comment section, or if at all you're asking something, still you can leave something in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and share my videos. So that's my front part. Yeah, that's my front part. Hope you've seen how I've traced it out. And I'm going to separate the two because it's supposed to be having 2 pieces, so I have to cut them in the middle. I'm now having 2 pieces of front part. The same thing on back part, and I'm using a different fabrics. The other one was the different one, and even this one is a lining that always on the back of the waistcoats that I've used, and I've folded it in 4. Yeah, I've folded it in 4 because it's going to act as the fabric the same time as a lining. So guys, that's all for this tutorial. The next tutorial is going to be all about how to sew it. Yeah, because the video was too long, I couldn't upload it all. Yeah, so I divided it into 2. The next part is going to be all about sewing our waistcoat. This was all about drafting and cutting. Yeah, so I hope I will see you in my next video. See you. I love you all.